Here's a quick overview of some new parts I'll be fitting to my CB500F. Alright, so I got a couple different things here. I will go from smallest to biggest, let's say. So first, I have a simple die-cast oil filter wrench. I tend to prefer these ones to the stamped steel ones. That said, I have had good luck in the past with stamped steel oil filter sockets. Did I say wrench? I meant socket. It's Friday. This one I got from the usual retailers that are named after a rainforest in South America. One thing I will say is that it definitely feels like zinc or Zamac. It doesn't feel like aluminum. And the other thing you will probably be able to notice is how sharp these injection points are. That one in particular is like a razor. So what I can do is just put this, because it has this nice hex here, I'll just pop that in the vise, put an end mill in the chuck, and just take those down to be smooth, and that should be good. This is a 65 millimeter by 14 flute, or 64. I think they're the same size. It depends on if you're going from across the flats or across the corners. So this was like less than 10 bucks. If you don't have one of these, definitely get yourself one. They're well worth it. Next is a Radiator Guard that even says CB500 on it. These, I believe, work for all the CB500s, the R, X, and F. A couple things to point out about this is that it's a little bowed in the middle. It's concave on this side, convex on this side. And the other thing to note is that when I blow through this, if I blow through it kind of from this angle, not much air at all goes through. If I blow in it from this angle, lots of air goes through. And if I blow on it straight through, it's iffy. So this will dramatically affect the amount of airflow you get through the radiator. Just be aware of that. But it should give some good protection. And in my part of the country, it doesn't really get that hot that often. In Minnesota, it can easily get to 100 degrees Fahrenheit, which is, what, 600 degrees Celsius or somewhere in there? And that would be pretty hot, and having one of these things on might affect its cooling on a day like that, but typically it's not higher than 80, and it gets pretty cold in the early spring and late fall, so I don't think this is going to be a big deal for me in terms of cooling. So I'll run it and see how it goes. And finally, the Puig, I don't really know how to pronounce the name. I would doubt if anybody really knows how to pronounce it, but these are some crash bars. Now these are for the CB500X, not the CB500F. However, from reading some of the comments on the posting for these, it will fit the CB500F just the same, except for these bolts are, I think, too long. So it's not that hard to get some new fasteners, plus these ones don't really look that great anyway. And then the things to note on here is that the welds are, I would say, mediocre. I mean, you can see the, I think it's called undercut. I'm not a welding expert by any means, but there's a little bit of undercut here where the fillet hasn't filled in. It's actually gone deeper, as well as there's a couple nice globs in here. You can see that is not very smooth. They missed a whole pocket in here where the fillet doesn't properly fill in. A few extra bulges there, as well as some really nasty sticklers on the end here. You can probably see that there. So the welding is, I don't know, 7 out of 10 at best, but it should be good and strong. This sticker, that is not going to, it came half peeled off in the package, so I can't imagine that's going to stay on for more than a few dozen miles. Oh well. They weigh, I don't know, what, 6 pounds together, maybe I don't know, 3 to 5 pounds each, somewhere in that range. So it won't add a ton of weight to the bike, and the weight that it does add will be relatively low. And as you saw in the package, it just comes with a couple plugs for the pipes here, which is awesome, and some fasteners and some destructions to help you install them. So that's all I've got this time. I'll be making videos on these here in the near future, so definitely look forward to that, and I'll see you next time.